going on YouTube? So today I want to discuss entitlement. I see a lot of younger people as well as just people in general that have this kind of entitled attitude towards everyone. And while I don't disagree that things can be unfair to the less fortunate or heavily slanted against those that are trying to build for themselves, those aren't the people I'm talking about. I want to discuss the people that have this real kind of everyone owes me everything or I should have everything handed to me type of mindset. Because I see it with a lot of people, not just younger people, middle-aged adults, everyone. So basically, you know, I see people complaining like my mommy and daddy didn't buy me a brand new car, or my mommy and daddy didn't put the down payment on my apartment or buy me a brand new house. But and everyone's always complaining like life's too hard because someone didn't give me this, or I can't come right out the bat and have a $250,000 a year job. And while I want everyone to do as well as possible, a lot of people don't have work ethic or that strength to push forward to go out and get what they want. Now, basically, I'll tell you how I came up. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan. I didn't like the area. It was really bad, so I made my way out to Arizona. I didn't really care for Arizona either, but that was about 16 when I made my way out to Arizona. I didn't really care for Arizona because I dealt with a lot of issues, which I'll get into later, not on this video. Made my way out there, stayed out in Arizona for about 2 years. From then, I made my way out to Chicago. Really didn't like that area. So eventually I made my way out to California. And when I made my way out here, I was actually homeless for a good majority of the time. And while I was out in California, I was trying to build. So I ended up catching the bus for 2 hours just to get to this college I was at. I got a little part-time job, but it would take me 2 hours to get to the college, 2 hours to get back, plus the 4 hours because I was going part-time per class. So 2 hours to get there, 4 hours, that's 6 hours, and 2 hours to get back, that's 8 hours already right there. Then I would do my part-time job at nighttime, so I had about an hour, 2 hours to get ready, depending on the day. I go back and I do my nighttime job at the grocery store. That's about for 6 hours, and then I would force myself after that to work on my business because I kept thinking, or whatever I was doing, I had to work on it because I knew I couldn't just work for other people or just go to school. I knew I had to learn new skills, but I had to also be working for myself. So in all, you got 8 hours, 4 hours to commute, 4 hours for school, that's 8 hours right there. And then the 4 or 6 hours I'm working, that's about 12 to 14 hours right there. And then you got the extra work I'm doing, another 4 hours right there. So I'm really just pushing myself. And at the time I'm homeless, catching the bus all the way to school, all the way back to where I was working because, of the area I had to work in. I didn't like that. And I wanted to stay closer to the school. And I was, showering at the gym and stuff. But basically, once I did that, I ended up quitting that job because it just wasn't working out. I had enough to buy a car at this time though, so I slept in the car. I brought this 2005 piece of crap Dodge Neon. I brought that car and was with the money I saved up from the job where I was at, and I just drove out, stayed close to the school, and washed up in the gym, and I just kept working and working and working, exhausted, sleeping in the car, barely making it. So I finally got another little job at a factory. And if anyone that knows me knows I absolutely hate factory jobs because it was just the worst. They try to kill you at factory jobs. But I work, and then I'm still going to school, but it's easier now to go to school because I don't have to make that long commute. And with the money I'm working, anyway, I get fired from the first factory, or, they lay us all off. And then I go to another factory, and then, they hire us, but we're temporary workers, so they can let you go. So they lay us off. Then I go to a third factory, and factories, they're kind of like revolving doors. So then I try to get another job, which I got another job just doing canvas work. I didn't like that job, but I did that. I switched my school schedule to nighttime. I did the canvas work during the daytime. I finally save up because I'm sleeping in my car, and I get a little bit of money, enough to get, a down payment on an apartment, and I get declined by everyone you can imagine, like, because my job's not really stable, and I'm an independent contractor, and it's just part-time work. So as I'm working that job, I do have enough for the down payment, but I can't get an apartment at the time. So what I do is I keep working, I keep sleeping in the car, going to school, trying to do work on my business, and then I finally get the down payment on my apartment, and I finally apply to this one place that actually approves me. I don't know why. The woman in there, she was such a great person. She finally somehow she got me approved, and because I was a student, that's why she got me approved, because I'm a student, part-time work, so I had financial aid as well. So she got me the apartment. Finally got a place to lay my head. And so I stay in that apartment, and I got my little job. I got my going to school, and then I think to myself that, these companies aren't loyal. I'm always going to be at someone's mercy, whether it's apartments, jobs, or whatever. And so I think to myself, I've got to push as hard as I possibly can to build my own business, because realistically, you just can't depend on anyone. And so from there, once I got my kind of schedule in place, I started really just churning out for business, and I kind of, start to move backwards, or not move backwards, but kind of lessen the load in school and really push in my business. I think I really had to make this business succeed. So if I would work 8 hours at a job, what type of job it was, if I was working 8 hours, I was at least trying to work 10 to 12 hours for myself. I would obviously have to get sleep, so I would have to kind of scale that back, but that's an extreme exaggeration. But I would have to work more for myself than I was working for another company. So as I'm building my business, I'm going from all these different garbage jobs, or these different jobs, because employment is just not stable in California. That's another story I had to get into, but I need to make more money, so I need to go and get a better job, or whatever the case is. But all that time, I'm always thinking, like, I gotta work this much harder, I gotta work that much harder. Never once did I think, oh, I want someone to pay for me, I want someone to give me something, I want someone to give me a car. No one ever gave me crap. Like, so if you got mommy and daddy gave you a brand new car, you got nothing to complain about. Mommy and daddy's letting you live there rent free, stop complaining. No one let me live anywhere rent free. I was homeless and I hated it. No one gave me a job. I had to go out and get my job. I had to go out and build my business. Like, no one was ever just gonna go and say, oh, here you go, poor baby. No one cared at all. As a matter of fact, most wanted to see me struggling. So I'm not saying this to try to, come off harsh, but a lot of people need to quit complaining and put in the work. Work for yourself, not for, you can work hard for another company, but realistically, you need to work for you. You need to build your business so that you can come up and have your own stability, have your own structure, and you don't have to constantly go out and beg or constantly need others to give to you. So basically, what I'm trying to convey in this message is, if you got a roof over your head, food to eat, and a car to drive, no matter what type of car you got, don't complain, because you come off as an entitled, spoiled little brat. Now, I had it hard for an American kid. That's nothing in comparison to what I see from people in different countries. So I don't even complain about my situation. I'm just saying this to let you know, like, You might think you have it hard with what you're going through. Trust me, there's people that got it 10 times harder. So all I'm saying is lose the entitlement, lose that the everyone owes me type mindset, and you will see yourself really begin to grow. So that's my message. Lose entitlement.